Well, let's talk about jobs. Their main jobs bill seems to be the mining bill.
Right.
And they promote that as their number one priority.
Yeah.
It's going to bring jobs to northern Wisconsin. It's going to bring jobs to southeastern Wisconsin. You're not happy with that bill. Now, my understanding also is that, they've made some amendment changes. They brought some amendments to the bill, rather. They've made some changes. It's a different form than it was a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with that, or will this move forward, or what?
Well, let me say, we met for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so with the speaker and discussed these issues. And some of the amendments they brought forward, I think, are positive, but they don't address the major issues. I mean, Senator Cullen, Senator Jelk, Senator Schultz deserve enormous credit. They've done tremendous work on this. Mm-hmm. And I haven't done that level of due diligence. I follow it more from 20,000 feet. But I think the key points that they bring up are points that, to us should be put forward as part of a bill. Senator Cullen indicated they modeled it almost identically after the process that's used in Minnesota, one of the leading mining states in the country. Right. And so it obviously has worked very successfully there. It makes sense. Part of it is that, there's a process that the Army Corps of Engineers has to follow in the federal process. You avoid litigation just through going through a parallel process here. They won't make those changes, which are substantial. They won't make other changes that are environmentally, potentially can be very significant. One of the issues I brought up in this meeting that we had, I said, well, under current law, you have stop orders. That if you have a major environmental type of problem, right, you can at least stop work to make sure that you're not having arsenic in the water or wells nearby or going up in the flowage up to Lake Superior. And I said, well, would you consider something of that sort? Well, we would consider it, but it's not likely. We've kind of gone as far as we're going to go. And, so and I'm not saying that's the key amendment, but I'm just using that as an example that, it just seems to me that the hard work that was put forward on a bipartisan basis by Senator Jelk and Senator Schultz last session, added to significantly by Senator Schultz over the course of the summer, I think led us in the direction that would be prudent for us to advance. Because remember, this isn't just for this mine. These have changed the laws of this state for any future mine. Right. And I think that the Minnesota has a pretty good process. I'm glad Senator Cullen followed that. Senator Larson and I are both sponsors of the bill. We want to put forward an alternative. Going back to your point, Ernie, we're not just trying to be the party you know. It's the party of let's get it right. Let's come up with something
But let me ask you, the bill is coming out of Joint Finance probably on Monday.
Right.
Are you expecting to introduce your own amendments on this? Will you try to make some changes?
Yeah, and to be clear, we have, the differences between these bills because it gets muddled. The differences between Senator Cullen and Senator Schultz's bill is it was produced after 20 hours of public testimony from the Mining Association, people who know how to do this, from the Army Corps of Engineers, and from people in our state who are interested in mines. And they went through a couple different drafts and put this thing together. It's about 40 pages. It doesn't mess with our environmental laws. It doesn't mess with our wetlands. It ensures that local citizens in areas where there's going to be mines are going to be protected. Taxpayers are going to be protected, so they're not going to bear the burden of a new mine. And also to make sure that, there's going to be long-term balance in our state moving forward. Compared to their bill, which is over 200 pages, mainly because it exempts mining companies from the environmental laws, allows them to dump in areas where there's wetlands. We went up there. We went up to that part of the state. We had a bipartisan coalition of people to go to the mine site and see exactly what we're looking at. One of the unique things about Milwaukee, and I would say Wisconsin, is our location on the Great Lakes. If you look at a worldwide perspective, we have fresh water. Other areas of the world are losing their fresh water. And for us to put that in danger at a time where we're only looking at 700 jobs, 5 to 7 years in the future. No guarantee they're Wisconsin jobs. Peter mentioned that Minnesota has the largest iron production of any state, so there's no guarantee that they hire our citizens over their citizens. And at a time where 40% of the Lake Superior wetlands are in the watershed off of this mine site. I think it's silly to put that all in danger and put the future of our state in danger for something where we're not going to see these jobs for a long time.
So
and
the
to be
amendments-
straight up,
Yeah.
and to be completely clear, I think the way that they're pushing this thing forward, I think they're going to botch it, and I think they're punting it right into the courts. So even
Right.
those people up there who want to see those jobs, who could see those jobs, they're not going to see them because they're pushing it right into the court system.